I've decided that my life is really similar to itself every single day. And so, in terms of life updates, chaos events, what's going on, I don't have much of that to share. And so, I decided to realign this thing that I've got going on here on YouTube to what God's teaching me in every season. While so much is going on, God's been talking to me a lot about stillness and silence and the virtue in that and what that looks like in my life, especially during a time where there is so much noise, where it is so loud, where it is really difficult to hear and see God's voice and presence in a lot of my life. And I'm learning to see what that looks like while being still. As of recently, I mean like by the week, I've been encountering situations that leave me literally so hurt and heartbroken. Like, there's so much going on in my life right now that gives me a reason to be angry, to be anxious, to be sporadic, and I'm learning what it looks like to swallow that and learn what it's like to just be simple and quiet in the presence of God. I have so much fear whenever it comes to my future and what that looks like, because I know what I want and I know exactly what I want it to look like. And my biggest fear is just that it is God's plan that I will never make it there. And it seems that everything that's kind of happened in my life since the new year has pointed towards that never happening. Me never getting like what I totally want to prosper in this life. And it gives a really deep sense of hopelessness. One of the most well-known and cliche verses of the Bible is Psalm 46:10, where it says, "Be still and know that I am God." And we hear that and we don't tend to think of it in like a deeper meaning. We just think quietly shutting up and understanding that like God is who he is, but what does that look like in our daily life actually? It doesn't just mean being physically quiet and being physically still. It's swallowing anxiety, it's swallowing chaos, it's swallowing worry to allow God to show himself in his fullness. He's gentle, he's quiet, he's still. Whenever you give room to let that happen, that's whenever you get to hear Christ most. The world is very loud. God's the opposite. And being still, it's not our modern word. It's not something that you hear a lot. Every day is go. And that's exactly what society pressures on you to do every single day. And so what does it look like to stay true to God's command in a world that is so counter-opposite, that is so counterproductive? And it also teaches you to look at God as your real refuge. Like, what does it mean to genuinely have a friend in Jesus? And that's something I'm learning right now. Everything other than God will eventually let you down. Like, that's the truth. When the Holy Spirit is upon us, our natural bodily response is to be still in humility. We were meant to stand in awe of something greater than ourselves. Silence is wisdom. Like, there is so much wisdom and so much virtue in actually just being quiet, being able to swallow what you have to say and be quiet, because whenever you do choose silence, it creates this awkward tension and whoever you're talking to will speak up and you'll get a lot out of it. And God will reveal to you literally so much whenever you stay quiet because of that. Because people want to fill a void. Like, our natural bodily instincts, our natural heart posture is to fill a void. That's literally why we chase after everything in this life besides God. We're trying to fill something. And so it's the same thing with silence. Whenever you stay silent, people want to fill that void, and you will eventually get bestowed so much information and so much knowledge that you will be literally overwhelmed by how much power like silence has in it. And that is God's way of telling you, this is what's going on behind closed doors. This is what they wouldn't say normally. This is what you wouldn't know otherwise. There's so much room in just being still and knowing that God is who he says he is.